Hello everyone. Today I want to give a short video on evictions and what's going on in Indiana and around the country. Of course, that we represent primarily investors that have rental properties, whether those are small, a few houses, a few duplexes, apartments, up to, multi-million dollar investors with all kinds of properties. And one of the persistent problems during COVID it has been the eviction bans that we all are familiar with. And one of the things driving them is a lot of data coming out of a group called the Eviction Lab purporting to indicate how many evictions are going to happen. And there's been a big problem trying to figure out what those numbers really are and a way to track them and why they happen. Of course, we know that evictions almost always occur purely because the tenant is failing to pay rent. Why the tenant is failing to pay rent is an underlying question that needs to be answered in lots of different ways. It's very complex, but evictions happen because tenants fail to pay their rent. And we've never had any good stats on it. So one thing that the Indiana Supreme Court did this year is they started a tracking mechanism for how cases are identified. In the past, most cases are filed in small claims court, and small claims court hears many, many different kinds of cases. So there was no way to identify which ones were evictions versus other matters heard in small claims court. So as of January 1st, 2021, the Supreme Court has said we've got a new designation. It's called an EV in your cause number. So in that long number at the top of every case, it's got the kind of the information about where it's being filed, the date, the month and year, and then that's going to be an eviction EV, and then a numerical number after that. That's how cause numbers are created. So we'll at least start to get data on what is actually happening in real time, and then use that to determine what can we do to help landlords prevent evictions if we can, and what other methodologies that we can do to assess why evictions are happening, and help you to understand how to better protect your investment, how to provide for your tenants, how to provide for your families. So it's an interesting development. I think it's very good. We've really needed something like this, but we're still going to have to deep dive into the real numbers, because the filing itself is only one thing. How the case is resolved is another. And what's happening underlying that is still another one. So more to be determined in the future, but at least we're going to start getting some data that's real that we can then go from. That's it. Have a great day. Give us a call if you need help with your landlord-tenant circumstances.